A very good morning, class. Today we are here to start a new chapter, that is basic concepts of economics. Basic concepts of economics is all about. There are some conceptual terms over here which has a different meaning in economics when we compare it with the English language. It's a similar word, but here the meaning differs. The concept of economics is all about the choice that we make. Now, our choice depends upon the income that we generate. Our economic activity is the one that plays the core part in the derivation of the wants, in the derivation of the desires, in the derivation of the demands that we create in the market. See, our wants have different wings. Now, wings, when I say, I mean to say that the moment one want is fulfilled, another one cropped. In economics, we see that we have to make choices. Since there are different things, different goods available in the market, but every good cannot be purchased by us. Every good cannot be owned by us, cannot be consumed by us. The reason is our economic ability. Means everyone is not economically blessed that they can purchase everything. That is on a individual basis, that is on a human ground. But on a practical ground, on a global ground, the reality is that the unlimited wants cannot be fulfilled since there are limited means to satisfy. Means the resources are very limited. The means to satisfy the resources are very limited and it cannot satisfy such a big population. So, one must have a better alternative, one must have a better choice which can be fulfilled and a strong desire which can help them out to fulfill the wants in the future. So this is all about our chapter that we are going to see in this. How simple terminologies are different in economics, how do they mean different things in economics. Chapter number 3, basic concepts of economics. And one more definition that we will come across in this, that is utility. Utility. Now what does the word utility mean? See, first you need to understand in a layman's language, when we need to measure something, like for example, if I have a capacity of drinking 2 liters of water, that unit is measured in 2 liters. So liter is one which actually gives a rating that I have consumed 2 liters of water. If you walk 5 miles, that miles is the unit which actually derive that you walked 5 miles. If your weight is 70 kg is the unit which actually derive that you are a person with 70 kg mass, 70 kg weight. So in economics we acquire a word that is called utility. Whenever we want to know how, up to what level you have derived a satisfaction, that can be done in the form of utils. So utility is the want satisfying capacity of a good. Want satisfying capacity of a good is called utility. Keep this term in mind. This term is going to be used every now and then. Every now and then we are going to be using this word utility. So utility is want satisfying capacity of a good. Means what is your desire, what is your want to satisfy. What satisfaction do you get when you consume a particular product. When you own a particular product, what is your satisfaction level? How will you measure that? So that measurement can be done in the form of utils. So what utility is want satisfying capacity of a good. Come to the chapter number 3, basic concepts of economics. Basic concepts of economics. It's on page number 19, page number 19. I'll just read the introductory part first. In economics, we make use of certain concepts or terms. Their knowledge becomes essential before we start our study of economics. There is a lot of difference in the meaning of these terms as used in ordinary life That is what I have been trying to explain you. That the terms that we use over here, that we are going to use over here, are very similar terms which are there in the English dictionary or Oxford dictionary. But those terms which they mean in English does not mean same in economics. In economics, their meaning changes because in economics everything is associated with economical terms, with economical concept only. So economical concept varies with the simple English concept. It is not possible to explain all the concepts in this chapter because they are numerous. Only some of the basic concepts which are frequently used have been explained in this chapter. The first concept is want or human wants. See, in a simple language or in a layman's language, what do you call want? That I have a want to, I want this, I want to own a car, I want to own a good bicycle, I want to own a good house, I want to be the topper of the class. So these are the different wants. Or you can say these are the desires that we have. Now there is a difference between desire and want that you need to understand first. Both the terms. One term is desire, the other is want. There is a difference between the word desire and want. Desire is a mere wish. I desire to be a millionaire. That is your desire. How will it get converted into a want? The moment you push yourself hard, the moment you work for that, the moment you make an effort, strong effort to fulfill your desire, it becomes a want. So there is a thin line of difference between both. In English, we use it on a random basis, on different scenarios, on different conditions, on different situations. But in economics, the terms vary, the terms differ in the meaning. So first concept is human wants. The concept of want occupies a very significant place in economics. It locates at the origin point of economics. By analyzing Robinson's definition of economics, we can well understand the significance of wants in economics. Class, if you remember chapter 1, where we talked about the definition of economics given by different economics at different times. There is a change in the concept of economics. Every economics had their own thought, had their own ways of looking at the economical theory or economical concept. So one definition was from the Robinson side. I hope you remember what Robinson meant to say when he was giving the definition of economics. Professor Lionel Robinson basically talked about the scarcity definition. That means everything cannot be satisfied. There is a scarcity of the goods, there is a scarcity of it. So how can it be fulfilled? If we have an alternative plans, if we have an alternative of the goods. Means we need to have the alternative, we need to have the choices. We need to have a choices. The moment we are given a choice, that means the growth or the development takes place. I remember the quotations of Bill Clinton. He once said, the development of a country is based on choice factor, not on chance factor. The development of a country is based on choice factor and not on chance factor. Means if you are given in life more of the choices, your chances of progress, your chances of development is more. The probability of success is more. That means every individual should be blessed with choices, with alternatives. Class, I shall put a stop over here. Next class, I will explain the concept of wants again and along with its characteristics. Thank you.